Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Friday, the 16th day of July. Today is National Corn Fritters Day. It's also National Personal Chef's Day. So if you have a personal chef, maybe ask him to make, corn fritters.
I don't know if I've ever had corn fritters.
Have you ever had a personal chef?
I've not.
I kind of have a personal chef. And my personal
you
chef
do.
is you.
And I've never made you corn fritters.
No, but my beautiful bride Heidi over here is one heck of a good cook. When I met her, I was so underweight you could count my ribs. And now
that is not.
And now you can't
true.
even count the number of ribs I eat. I'm just saying. On two hands. I've plumped up a bit since we've gotten married. 21 awesome years now. And I've gained more than 21 pounds. So
We both have. That goes both ways.
Speaking of personal chefs, I wouldn't mind having this person as a personal chef. Top chef, Gail Simmons. That's my guest today. How cool is that? Didn't even realize it was National Personal Chef Day. We'll be chatting with Gail Simmons coming up.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A poll of unlucky in-love adults found more than 1 in 5 have seen their relationship come to an end following a quick text message. 1 in 8 has been ghosted, where a relationship has ended with no explanation and sudden withdrawal from all communications. They just drop off the face of the earth.
And what a cowardly way to do it. My
Apparently,
gosh.
being dumped by text is not the worst way. 13% of adults say they would actually prefer to have been dumped by text so they could avoid the awkward breakup phone call or the humiliation of being told, "It's not you, it's me," in a coffee shop or a restaurant. So, yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in that situation. So
Thank goodness.
Yeah, no kidding.
Speaking of which, we should go have some coffee.
Coffee afterwards. It's not you, it's me. No, trust me. Heidi would say, "It's not me, it's you." It's definitely you, John. It's you. Thanks for listening to Surveys and Studies and Such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. 2 employees at a McDonald's in Maine facing drug charges after a customer found a prescription medication used to treat opioid addiction inside her son's Happy Meal box.
Oh, boy.
I don't know why. She said her blood was boiling when she discovered this. It's called Suboxone, I think is how you say it. Nestled along her 11-year-old's toy and McNuggets. She said, "I didn't even know what to do." The thing happened back in June, the 30th of June. A couple of fast food workers illegally sold the drugs to somebody else, but they
put them in the wrong
bag.
Oh,
Investigators found the packets had allegedly fallen out of the employee's shirt pocket as he was manning the drive-thru. Anyway, 43-year-old man got this from another staffer who's 23. The two of them were working together. They're both charged with unlawful possession of drugs, charged with unlawful drug trafficking, scheduled to appear in court in November. So
that could have been so awful.
Could have absolutely been bad. It's terrible, a terrible thing. And that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. I think this is kind of fascinating. Lived in and loved by some of the most powerful actors and entertainers in the world, the historic W.C. Field Mansion is up for sale for $15 million.
Okay.
Thing that's interesting, he never owned the mansion. He lived there, but he didn't believe in property ownership, so he just lived in somebody else's home. He rented it.
Okay.
The neighbors, by the way, Cecil B. DeMille.
Oh, wow.
Another Charlie Chaplin. You might have heard of him.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Now Angelina Jolie lives in Cecil B. DeMille mansion. Back in 2017, she bought that for just $24.5 million. I know,
Only.
chump change. Some other people who lived in this mansion, by the way, Lily Tomlin is on that list. The grounds were rumored to have been designed by Lloyd Wright. The current owner has it up for sale, and the current neighbors are Angelina Jolie, who still lives there, Casey Affleck, Emma Roberts, and Kristen Stewart.
Wow.
So, imagine that block party.
How much are they asking? Does it say?
$15 million bucks.
15?
Yeah, 15. I know, it's a bargain.
Well,
I mean,
considering it was bought before for 24, that is
well,
a
it was the
bargain.
neighbors that was 24 before.
Oh.
Yeah. We dig through the couch cushions. We might find we would only be 15 million short. Big screen, little screen. Brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of PureCanna.com, promo code radio. A Denver hotel maid may have staved off a mass shooting at the Major League All-Star game. She discovered dozens of guns and 1,000 rounds of ammo in a hotel room just a few blocks from Coors Field. So that I'm not exactly sure what happened. I'm glad that it wasn't all over the news because that means something didn't happen.
That's right.
But how cool is it that she found that and reported that and whatever was going to happen hopefully didn't happen, and just bizarre. Los Angeles authorities confiscated $1 billion, with a B, $1 billion of illegally grown marijuana last month. Just the month of June.
Oh, geez.
$1 billion. The largest takedown of its kind in the country. Officials say, despite the massive pot haul, many more illegal growers remain in the area, and they say there's a huge uptick in the illicit operations during COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
So there are people that had time on their hands. They're like, you know what? I think I could maybe grow some of this. So, bad idea, by the way. Pope Francis made his first public appearance since undergoing major surgery last week, so that's good. A quarter of Americans, a little over a quarter of Americans, lie about flossing their teeth. 36% said they would rather do some unpleasant activity like clean the toilet than floss their teeth. I'm a big fan of little floss sticks.
Right, but we still
They
don't use
count.
them as often as
do.
we
I use them quite a bit, but I was
should.
told that doesn't count for flossing.
Well, it's better than not
It
doing
is.
anything at all.
I agree. It absolutely is. A first date went wrong. From locking lips to, well, the police were involved. So it has happened in China. It was a dispute involving dentures that were damaged. Police were called after a 30-year-old man got upset with his new significant other over a dental disaster. He lost 4 teeth because of her aggressive kissing style.
Okay.
4 teeth? She knocked out 4 teeth making out with a guy? After a few hours of police mediation, the man was compensated $483.
Holy cow.
I bet there won't be a second date.
Probably not.
This is a weird, what a bizarre story. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today, Top Chef Gail Simmons. You got a new show, Top Chef Amateurs. This looks like a great show.
18 seasons of Top Chef. We have done so many different things over the years, but one thing we've never done is bring home cooks into the Top Chef kitchen. Top Chef itself has always been about professionals at the highest level of the cooking and restaurant industry, chefs who are veterans who've been cooking for 10, 15, 20 years. This show, Top Chef Amateurs, is really the first time that we are bringing home cooks, people who are architects and accountants and, teachers who have totally different day jobs. They're civilians, as we call them, and they are coming into the Top Chef kitchen to just try their hands as super fans of the show at what it would be like to take on a Top Chef style challenge. So, over the pandemic, we saw so many home cooks really try their hand at such ambitious cooking. Everyone was home, everyone was cooking up a storm, and we thought, well, I think now is the time, since restaurants are all closed, to see what these home cooks can do if we brought them into the kitchen. And really, it's the first time we've ever done anything like it. So it was great to see home cooks dive in, and they were so awesome.
That's really cool. 18 seasons of you guys showing them how it's done. Now they come on the show and show you what they've learned.
That's exactly right. I mean, every episode is 2 home cooks cooking head-to-head in our Top Chef kitchen. And we always give them an iconic Top Chef challenge that we've given our professional chefs over the years that is tailored to the home cook, because cooking as a home cook is very different than coming into a professional kitchen, and we definitely need to make a few accommodations. But we're giving them challenges that they're familiar with as super mega fans of the show. So it's just great to see them sort of going through a day in the life of Top Chef, running around the kitchen. They get a quick fire challenge. They always get an alumni, one of our all-stars or winners over the years or fan favorites, to come back and help support them and be their sous chefs, so that they do get some guidance and mentorship. And then we give them a taste of judges' table, and we judge who cooked the challenge best.
Again, our guest today is Gail Simmons from Top Chef. In addition to the TV program, you've also got memoirs and cookbooks. So do you like being in front of the camera more or behind the keyboard more, or do you have a preference?
They're different. When I started working in food media over 20 years ago, food media was not what it is now. Television was not really even in my mind. I started in this industry as a food writer. That was my goal. And for many years, I was doing way more writing than television, that's for sure. Television came to me later when Top Chef came on the air 15 years ago, and it was a total departure. But I found that there's a socialness, there's a wider, broader platform, and in some ways, like a better reach to reach more people with positive message about learning to cook and food and what it can do for families, for the planet. These days, I kind of do a mix of both. I love writing books, I love writing articles, but really it's all the same. Like, the goal of what I'm doing is to really spread learning to cook, sustainability, the pleasures of food, not just from how delicious it can be, but the beauty of cooking for family and friends and how it can really bring people together. So I feel like it's the same goal no matter how I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
So over the course of 18 seasons of the Emmy award-winning Top Chef, do you have like a moment that kind of stands out as like your favorite moment?
Countless moments. I mean, over 15 years of shooting this show. I mean, think about life over any 15-year period for anyone. We've all had weddings and babies, and we've moved and traveled and gone through so much together. But on the show itself, we've had so many incredible guest judges. The greatest chefs from around the world have come on our show, many of whom aren't even, alive anymore, who we miss dearly, and we were so grateful for that time with them. People like Joel Robichaud and Anthony Bourdain, who spent a few seasons with us. We've had rock stars and Oscar winners on the show. The Foo Fighters, Charlize Theron, Natalie Portman. Food touches everyone.
Yeah.
We've been able to cook at Air Force bases for our armed forces. We've been able to, cook for children in a number of circumstances. Like, we've really been able to reach so many people all through food. And there's been so many moments where I've turned to Tom Colicchio and I've said, pinch me. This is really a highlight in my life.
That is so awesome. And it continues now with Top Chef Amateurs, just premiered earlier this month. All of the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Newborns don't have kneecaps. Huh.
Really?
Yeah, this belief is only half truth, by the way. As babies are technically, they do kind of have kneecaps when they're born. The knees just aren't hardened yet. So they're really soft cartilage through their childhood until they eventually turn into a bone kneecap.
Huh.
So They do kind of, but it's like a squishy, gushy little thing.
Right.
So, yeah, that's why
That's interesting.
you'll never see a newborn baby as a professional umpire for that very reason.
As an umpire?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
You think that...
Do they kneel? I don't know. Maybe they don't kneel. I was trying to think of somebody who kneels. Or they kind of crouch, don't they? I don't know. I don't sports very much. That is today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Dubai. The world's deepest swimming pool is opening in Dubai. How deep do you think this swimming pool is?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
196 feet. Yeah. 196 feet.
What on earth would be the reason?
I don't know.
Huh.
You could dive off the highest high dive, so high, and still not get down to 196 feet deep.
Yeah, that's
You know how
bizarre.
much water it would take just to fill that pool? So unless it's just so they could set a world record,
That could be.
has to be.
That could be.
I've got a link to the story. I'm just baffled by that. Again, world's deepest swimming pool opening in Dubai with a depth of 196 feet. Wow. That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Arizona man threatened to set off a bomb during an attempted bank robbery. Told police he just wanted to pay his rent and he wanted to buy a car. 32-year-old Anakin Genesis entered a bank, passed a note to the teller stating that he had a bomb, told employees he would detonate the bomb.
Oh my gosh.
If he was hurt or arrested, police said surveillance images show him pointing to his watch, telling employees, "You're running out of time." Employees were hiding for safety. He left the bank empty-handed. Officers responded, ended up catching him, and when they found him hiding behind some bushes, that's your plan? You didn't take off? You hid behind bushes? Anyway, they shared body cam video footage of his arrest. Anyway, they found a partially written demand note that he still had. During the interview, he said he confessed, saying that he thought that he could rob a bank to pay his rent and buy a car. I'm really sad that he's in a situation where he thinks that's the answer. That is not the answer, by the way.
Oh, no. No.
It's a terrible
I mean, he'll have a
answer.
place to live rent-free now for a little
You'll
while.
be staying somewhere. That is today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. Police searching for a man who set off fireworks in a bathroom at a public park. Bad idea. The suspect was caught on surveillance camera going into a men's room at Seagate Park, Naples, Florida. About 12:30, according to the police department, the man is seen running out of the door and then sparks appear from around the doorway, and a huge blast caused damage to a urinal. Investigators are asking anyone with info on the guy's identity to contact the police department. That is such a bad idea.
Really dangerous.
It's dangerous. It's destructive. Imagine if that would have gone off while you were still in there and shards of porcelain would have
or
pierced
while
you.
somebody else
Yeah, there could have been
happened to
somebody
come
else in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that. You run out and somebody else
Yeah.
runs in, have to go to the bathroom, and then they have a urinal blow up in their face.
Yeah.
Don't do that, kids. It's a bad idea. Uncle John's advice. And it is today's Moment of Duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, But I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Humber Valley, Ontario, Canada. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Humber Valley.
I'm going to say that it's a rehab center.
Oh, man. I was getting ready to clap and everything. It's a golf
Golf
course.
course.
Yeah. I thought maybe you know, because Heidi went golfing this week, by the way.
I did. It
So-
kind of makes me an expert on
You should have known. You should have just known. It should have been instinctual. But apparently not. Is instinctual a word? I don't think it is. It should have been an instinctive? I don't know. You should have just known. That is
should've.
how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A teenager in Huntsville, Alabama, has raised more than $39,000 for children with cancer. How did he do such a thing? By cutting his hair.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a cool story. 17-year-old kid, Kieran Moyes, said he spent 6 years growing out his hair with the goal of donating it to charity. After getting accepted into the Air Force, the time had come for him to get that haircut.
Oh, wow.
19-inch afro. And there's a photo of him here with the afro. It is pretty darn impressive. It is very impressive. He said, now it's time to shave it. I'd like to raise $1,000 per inch for St. Jude's Hospital. My hair is 19 inches long. That would be $19,000. So that's a nice goal, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Well, the world responded with more than that, dude. Instead of $19,000, he raised $39,000.
Oh, fantastic.
And this young man seems like he's got a pretty darn, he's got a solid head on his shoulders, not just because he's been holding up all that hair, but it seems like he's done a really good job coming up with a great way to help others in need. And he said every Sunday night, Mom said she would help him condition it one section at a time while he sat through 2 movies. The hair is a huge part of his personality. And it really does. You can tell that it just, you can tell that he absolutely is a fun guy, and his hair just makes I know somebody with a big poofy afro, and I've seen him with a pick, like picking it to get it all standing up. It's kind of fun. And I look at my hair, I'm like, I got just boring old hair. If you'd like to see a video of this, by the way, I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.